Hello everyone, welcome to chemistry class. Here we are with the chapter 4 exercise discussion. This is a revision video of the exercise. All the question answers have been provided to you in the live classes on the Teams app. So let us discuss the question answers of chapter 4. Question number 1 will read, define matter. Answer is, matter is anything that has mass and occupies space. Anything around us, even our own body, is a form of matter, and matter is something which has mass, its own mass, and it occupies some space in the surroundings. That is matter. Question number 2, name the 3 states in which matter can exist. So answer is simple. 3 states of matter are 1 solid, 2 liquid, and 3rd is gases. Question 3, classify the following as solid, liquid, or gaseous. Book is a solid, B. Water is a liquid, pen solid, water vapor gaseous, nail solid, and air is gaseous. This is simple, nothing much to explain. You have to identify the given object is solid, liquid, or gas. Question number 4 now. What do you mean by intermolecular force? So intermolecular force is what? The molecules attract each other with a given force. That force by which different molecules are attracting in the solid state, in the gaseous state, and the liquid state. The molecules are attracting each other in the matter by a force called as intermolecular force. This force is different in solid and liquid and gas. That we will see in the question number 5 now. Question 5 I am reading. Arrange solid, liquid, and gases in order of increasing intermolecular force and decreasing intermolecular space. So the intermolecular force is strongest in solid, weaker in liquids, and the weakest in gases. Because this force is strongest in solid, what will happen? The molecules will come closest to each other, and this force is minimum in gases. That is why molecules will be away from each other. So second line of the answer we will read, the intermolecular space is minimum in solid. In the case of solids, it is minimum, followed by the liquids and then the gases. So minimum space in solid, maximum space in gases. Same way, maximum force is in solid and minimum is in gases. So that is about intermolecular force and space. Next now, question number 6, why does a solid have a fixed shape and a fixed volume? So solid has a fixed shape and fixed volume. What is the reason? Answer we will read. A solid has a fixed shape and a fixed volume because the intermolecular force is extremely strong. What is strong? This force is extremely strong, and because this force is strong, the molecules cannot move away from one another. They are only vibrating on about their fixed positions, and that is why, because space is not there for the molecules to move, they cannot shift from one place to another, and hence they are having a fixed shape and fixed volume. That is the property of the solids. Question 7, why does a solid require a greater force to be divided into parts than a liquid? So solid has a fixed shape and fixed volume, and because of this only it is hard, and hence we can say molecules cannot move closer, or molecules cannot move away from each other. So we require greater force to cut the solid. More force is required to cut them. Question 8 now, why do gases diffuse into each other? Why they are diffusing? Diffusion is mixing of gases with each other. Why they are able to mix is, the reason is because of large intermolecular space. Let us read the answer now. Molecules of a gas can easily occupy, they can take the large intermolecular spaces of another gas. In suppose these are the molecules of one gas, so a lot of space is in between there. So another gas will occupy this space in between this blue color dot means another gas has occupied the space between the earlier gas. That is why we can say the gases diffuse into each other. They are occupying the spaces between the molecules. Next now, question number 9, what are the following changes called as gas to liquid? If it is converting, the process is condensation. Gas convert to liquid on cooling any substances. So if you cool down a gas, it converts into liquid. In this manner only rainfall takes place. Water vapor is in the clouds it condenses there, वहाँ पे condensation होता है water vapor का. So water vapor condensation, if it takes place, it comes down in the form of rainfall. Question B part, liquid to gas, that is on heating only, vaporization we can say, also we can say evaporation. Any one you can learn out of this. Solid to liquid is melting. Any of the solid object can melt, remain there. That is on melting only it will happen. Next is liquid to solid, that is on freezing only it will happen. Afterwards you come to there. After 5 minutes you come. Question next is D part, liquid to solid is freezing. Question 10, name a substance that sublimes. That is camphor. So that is a substance, you have seen this in the previous chapter also. Next, now long answer questions. One is how ice, water and water vapor can be changed. So this is converting. So ice will melt and convert into water on heating, and same way water will freeze down on cooling. Water vapor will condense on cooling. All these three changes are there. Ice converts to water on heating, water to water vapor again, it will be on again more heating. So this is just how different states can convert to each other. Question second now, why does a solid not flow? Solid does not flow but a liquid does. What is the reason? The reason is simple, the solid is not flowing because the molecules are tightly packed in the solid. And in the case of the liquid, what is happening? The force is weak, intermolecular force is weak and molecules can slip over one another. Solid molecules cannot move, therefore it cannot flow. Liquid molecules can flow. Why? Because the force is weak there, so molecules can slip over each other. So liquid is a fluid there. Liquid can flow easily. Question third now, why a liquid has a fixed volume? So liquid is having a fixed volume but fixed shape is not there. Liquid takes the shape of the container because the molecules can slip over one another, therefore only they can take the shape of the container. The volume is not changing. Why the volume is not changing is, the reason is because molecules cannot come close to or they cannot move away from each other due to the intermolecular force. Due to that force of attraction, they cannot move away or come close to each other. Hence the volume of liquid is fixed, although there is certain change in the shape of the liquid. Question fourth now, explain why a liquid expand and contract on being heated and cooled respectively. So when we are heating a liquid, the molecules are moving vigorously. They are moving away from each other and therefore the liquid is expanding. But in the other case, if we are cooling down the liquid, then these molecules become less energetic. The energy reduces, they are moving less vigorously and they come close and the liquid contracts. So liquid is expanding on heating, liquid is contracting on cooling. Why it is expanding? Because on heating, any liquid we are heating, the liquid molecules are getting energy. Due to more energy, they start moving vigorously. Vigorously means fastly. They are starting moving fastly and they are moving away from each other on heating. When they are moving away from each other, the liquid will expand. On the opposite way, when the liquid is being cooled, the molecules energy is reduced, they are becoming less energetic, less vigorously they will move, they will come close to each other and ultimately they will start contracting. If we keep on cooling down the liquid, it converts into a solid. If we keep on heating a liquid, it converts into a gas. So this is how a gas or a solid is made. Question number 5 now. In this question we have seen about the expanding and contracting of the liquid on heating and cooling. Question 5, describe the experiment that a gas expands. Gas is expanding. Earlier question was about liquid, now this is of gas on, that is heating expanding on heating and contracts on cooling. So same method only it is happening, but here they have asked the experiment. So we'll use the experiment. In the book you can see a photograph also is given of this experiment. We have to take a fine transparent straw, and this straw we will fix to a empty narrow mouth bottle with the help of a sealant. Sealant will be used to seal the opening where we have put the straw. Then we have to introduce a drop of the colored water into the straw. Here spelling error is there, colored, COLOURED. So we have to introduce a drop of colored water in the straw. After that what we will do? We will place this bottle in the bowl of hot water. As you put this bottle in the bowl of hot water, the liquid, that drop of colored water which was in the straw, it also becomes hot because the air inside the bottle will expand, it will push the draw up the straw. Means the liquid level will rise, that colored water will come upwards because of heating only. The air inside the bottle has become warmer because we have kept the bottle in hot water. Therefore, air inside the bottle becomes warmer. It gets heated up, and it will expand. It will expand on heating, and it pushes the drop up the straw. The drop of colored water in the straw, it will move upwards. We can see that water level will rise. Now remove the bottle from the bottle of hot water. Now what will happen? Now the air inside the bottle will cool down. On cooling down, what will happen? The drop in the straw recedes. This colored water which was in the straw, it will come downwards. Recedes means come down, because the air inside the bottle is contracting on being cooled. So what we understood by this thing? We have understood that a gas will expand on heating. That is why what has happened? The drop has come upwards in the straw on heating only. Next is gas contract on cooling. How we have understood? Because the drop in the straw has receded on cooling down. So these are the changes that takes place in the gas. Gas expand on heating and contract on cooling. Question 6th now. Explain how on being heated a solid changes to liquid and a liquid forms a gas. So solid change into liquid and liquid into gas on heating. What is happening here is, when we are heating the molecules in the solid molecules gain energy. They are getting energy, and when they get energy, they start vibrating more vigorously, more fastly. They will start vibrating because on heating they are getting energy, and therefore they start vibrating. And ultimately, when the heating is not stopped, the solid is getting more and more energy. They will overcome the intermolecular attraction, that is the force of attraction between the molecules, that will be overcome, and hence the molecules will start moving. In solid, molecules are not able to move, but because of the extra energy that is available on heating, the molecules break this intermolecular force and they start to move far apart. They are moving away from each other, and hence a solid change into a liquid. So this is about the solid to liquid. Next part now. Now if the liquid is heated, what will happen? Same thing will happen. Liquid molecule will gain energy. When they will gain energy, what will happen? They will move more vigorously, and when they will move fastly, what will happen? They will move away from each other, and when they move away from each other, they will form a gas. Again I repeat, if we heat a liquid, molecules are getting energy because of heating. If they get energy, they will start moving more fastly, and hence they will move far away from each other. When the molecules are moving away from each other, they will convert into the gas. So this is how liquid converts into gas on heating. Question 7 now. Describe an experiment to show sublimation. Sublimation is the process in which any solid directly convert into liquid. Normally solid is converting into a liquid on heating, but in some cases what is happening? On heating, solid is converting into gas. This process is sublimation. We have to show an experiment. So we will take iodine, or we can take sodium ammonium chloride, solid ammonium chloride. So any one thing we will take. Let us say we have taken iodine. We will take it in a dry test tube and we start heating it. On heating, the solid chemical will vaporize. It will convert into a gaseous form without melting. Without melting means without converting into liquid due to sublimation. And these vapors directly solidify in the cooler part of the test tube. In the textbook, you can refer to this. There a photograph also is given of this activity of sublimation. So this is the activity that solid. In sublimation, what has happened there is solid converts to gas on heating, and gas convert to solid on cooling. So this is the particular phenomena called as sublimation. So that is all about this question 7. We'll move to the question 8. That is the last in the long questions. What do you mean by the Brownian movement, and why does it take place? Brownian movement is an erratic movement. Erratic means a random movement. The molecules are moving in any direction randomly here and there. Which molecules? This is the direct movement of solid particles only. Only solid, not gas, not liquid. The solid particles are showing an erratic movement. With these particles are suspended in a fluid. Suspended means they are present in a fluid. Fluid can be a liquid, or a fluid can be a gas also. Means solid molecules are moving in the gas or liquid. Normally in the liquid only it is shown. So this the process, the phenomena is called as Brownian movement. So this is an erratic movement of solid particles suspended in fluid. That is Brownian movement. Why does it happen? It happens because the molecules are colliding with other molecules when they are moving in all direction. When the solid particles are present in a fluid, then they are moving in randomly, they are moving here and there in different direction, and when all the molecules are moving in different direction, they will hit each other, they will collide with each other. As a result of this collision, their movement of direction, the direction in which they are going, it will change because of the collision. So that is why the molecules will randomly move here and there. That is called as erratic movement of the solid particles suspended in the fluid. That is all about the Brownian movement. That is all for the exercise part. We have discussed all the exercises. Still any doubt, you can post your queries in the comment section below. Also you can ask any question or doubt in the Teams app. You can send me the message personally in the personal chat. These are the exercise part. In case you want any answer you have not noted down from the live class, you can refer to them from here. That is all for chapter number 4. And again there is a reminder, chapter 3 and chapter number 4 for annual exams of your chemistry. Chapter number 3 and chapter number 4 both have to be covered. Both you will prepare and come for your class 6th chemistry. So that is all about the chemistry classes. We have completed all the revision of both the videos you have been uploaded, chapter 3 and this is of the chapter number 4. That is all for this video. Thank you for now.